Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and we are actually maybe going to get ourselves a new clan to join our faction. This was obviously not in my plan. I did not think to myself, oh yes, we're going to get a new one right now. No, I didn't think that. I was actually just attacking this guy, because he's actually part of Tyrosh, as far as I can tell. Or... no, never mind. No, he's just some random now. He's just the leader of this. Ah, yeah, okay. This is great. Yes, I will join your cause, but I need many stags, perhaps a few golden dragons to settle my debts. I mean, gold dragons even. Okay, consider it 200,000. Okay, sure, why not? There we go. There's something I would like. Actually, you know what? I need to give him something. There we go. Okay, so he's joined us. That is hilarious, actually. That is really, really funny. Because I was wanting to attack both of these guys. And that's obviously that was very funny. Okay, so our realms should make peace. No. Okay, apparently our realms should not make peace, according to the auto... the auto deal thing. Yes, let's not do that. Okay, so haha, this is hilarious. I did not expect this to happen, actually. I thought to myself, oh no, we're never going to get this opportunity. But no, we apparently did. So this is quite interesting. Right, okay, so unfortunately for me, I only have this to give him. So I will be giving him this. And there you have it. Yeah, we're gonna have to give him a whole bunch of other things, but yeah, as I said to you before, our main goal is to take Tyrosh now, and we do have that additional clan now, so hopefully that's gonna help us out a little bit, just a small amount, you know, and we'll see we'll see what actually happens here, because the thing is, I am going to have to declare war on them by attacking these villages. Not a big fan of that, obviously, as I've said. However, you know, needs must, right? Needs must. And we are getting a little bit of roguery skill for doing that. And, yes. I'm slightly worried about our food situation, but I think we should be okay, right? I think we should be fine. Now, if they do attempt to attack me, then I don't think we are going to have too many problems. I mean, obviously, the fact is, we are much lower in capacity than we could... well, that we could potentially field. Right now, I have the ability to field 290, and I don't have that. I have 211, which is really, really low in comparison. Yeah, it's 297, as you can see right there. So, technically, I could still continue to convert prisoners, which is definitely going to be the thing that I'll do, but it is going to take a very long time for us to get all of them converted. But yeah, that's okay. Oh, Locke is actually doing something. Yes, look at him. Look at him. Yes, he's actually doing something. That's wonderful. We just need him, basically. Oh, look at that. He's actually taking someone else prisoner too. Okay, I guess it's because we've actually declared war against Tyrosh, and they have a significant amount of people, potentially. And as you can see, we are now being attacked by someone here. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. Oh yeah, she's Tyrosh, but there is actually someone else here that is, oh dear, okay, oh dear, the garrison of Tyrosh, has joined. Okay, well, yeah, now, here's the thing, if I didn't have my dragon, I would have quit the siege, and I would have just fought them on the battlefield without having the garrison available. So in other words, we would have still fought these guys. It just would have been a smaller battle, and I think we probably have this in the bag, no matter what. Even if I didn't use my dragon right now, I think I'd probably be okay if we had, you know, less people to fight. As I said, you know, the garrison joining is kind of annoying, but, you know, it's gonna be alright. We'll be fine. Let's do this. Okay, so first of all, ooh, yeah, they've got a lot of cavalry. So generally, my best course of action is to immediately run through the cavalry. that is our course of action. So run through the cavalry, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Loads of them have been eliminated. At least their mobility has been severely reduced. I will be running through a bunch of the archers as well, just purely because. Oh yes, and this is also the reason why I said to you earlier, in the previous episode actually, I said to you, these guys are going to be very, very dangerous. And as you can quite clearly tell, look at what has happened. Look at what has happened. They have just absolutely destroyed my dragon's HP. And the reason for that is because of their throwing weapons. Their throwing weapons are insanely strong. Especially in a critical mass situation, which is exactly what they have here. Now, I'm going to do this. And we're just going to try to be very, very careful here, because I can still die. As you can see, my dragon is still taking significant damage. But it's okay. Hopefully we'll be alright. Let's tell these guys to charge in. Tell these guys to charge in as well. And we're just going to have to do this. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, that is what we like to see. Now I still have to be careful here. Alright, I still have to be careful. We have friendly fire, just bear that in mind. Friendly fire is still a thing. And I have eliminated 200 people. Alright, that's actually okay. Funny thing is, I still think that's probably not enough. Is that enough to win? I don't think so. I don't think so. It depends. It depends. I mean, our forces are actually doing a relatively good job right now. And all I'm doing is doing a little bit of maintenance. You know, the maintenance of the battlefield knows no limit, which is basically code speak for eliminate those enemy cavalry. That's it. Just eliminate the enemy's horses. That's pretty much all I'm trying to do right now. Let's get my cavalry to come back, because otherwise they're just going to charge into the opponent and get themselves killed. And I would prefer if they did not do that. Jaime has just been killed as well, which is not exactly great. Let's try and eliminate some of these guys. Just trying to kill their horses. Obviously, this isn't really making that much of a difference, but I think it actually does help us quite a lot. I think it's not like super amazing, and it's not something that's like required, but it definitely makes a difference to making sure that our archers have enough time to kill the enemy riders, because otherwise they would be maybe beset upon relatively quickly in this situation. Okay, so I kind of wish that we'd be able to see how much ammunition we have left. That would be very, very useful. There's my dragon. Alright, yeah, it's turned into a lame one. No, it's turned into a lame one. That's okay though. That's actually fine. We don't have to worry about that. You know why? Because we can just unequip him, let our wound treatment, haha, I'm using warband terms here, but you know, basically you let our medicine skill deal with it, and it will literally restore itself over time. And then we'll get a regular dragon back in no time at all. Now, we just have to wait and see what actually transpires here, because we are obviously going to be... Yeah, I mean, look at the amount of damage we can do. Look at this. Look at the amount of damage that is coming out here. I'm not doing anything, and my archers are completely destroyed. Now, I unfortunately seem to be running out of ammo. Yeah, this might be a problem. Alright, we're going to have to actually charge in. We're going to have to actually charge in here. I'm not a big fan of this, but we will have to. Okay, here we go. Hello there. Oh, wow, that was a nice hit. Okay, I did not expect them to literally just allow me to hit them for free. Okay, yeah, these guys, as you can see, they're actually a lot better than you might think. They are a lot more powerful than I thought they would be. They've got some very good shields. And I mean, I guess I should have known, you know, considering their noble units. They have these great shields, they have wonderful, wonderful thrown axes and everything, and they are inherently going to be extremely good at pretty much any kind of defensive action, which is exactly what they needed to be in this situation here. So it's really making a big difference for them. Unfortunately for them, though, they are inevitably going to, I think, die here, because we have some very, very good units, even if my archers are running out of ammo, which they are, of course. Ooh, we might have a problem here. I might die on this. Yeah, might die here. Oh, no, maybe not, maybe not. These guys are running away from us now. Okay, let's get out our thrown weapons. Try to give them a piece of our mind. There we go. A little bit of damage there. And maybe we can eliminate that guy as well. Nope, hit his shield. Unfortunate. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's not too bad, not too bad. I mean, as you can see, I mean, look at the amount of damage. The amount of damage we've done. It's actually hilarious because I've only done 200, right? The funny thing is, I could have done a lot more with the dragon, but I don't need to. That's the funny thing. I don't need to because look at the amount of damage that we have done in comparison to the amount of kills that our forces have gotten. They've actually proven themselves to be extremely proficient. And we don't need to do much, which is very impressive. Let's get some one-handed kills here while we can. I'm doing this on purpose just to get a little bit of one-handed skill. While we're at it, you know, might as well, right? Nice. Nice. There we go. And I believe that is actually going to be it. Yes, there's the victory for us. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that was actually extremely valuable. Most notably, look at the amount of renown we're getting for that. 253 renown, 193 influence. Absolutely perfect. Obviously, look at what's happened right now. In this episode alone, we've gained an additional clan. We've already defeated an insanely strong army, which is going to, well, hopefully, at least, it is going to lead into a situation where we can hopefully be very, very... We might... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We could take her prisoner and then let the rest of her clan go.
Enough.
Let's do it.
I am your prisoner.
Is this guy actually the leader of this clan as well? No, he is not, but I'm going to let him go. This guy is the leader of the clan. Okay, I'm gonna take him prisoner. I'm gonna let her go as well. Okay. We might have a good opportunity here. We might have an extremely good opportunity here. Also, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to take these guys. They have relatively not so good stats. However, there's 31 of them, and I might as well because I have the space. I usually would not do that just because I personally would prefer to maximize the amount of noble units we have, and I do have 109 prisoners to convert. So, you know, it's going to make a big difference. I'm not going to be taking any of these prisoners here just purely because I don't have any space and I don't have anywhere that I can go with them. So we're just going to have to leave it for now, unfortunately. I would love to, but yeah, I don't think I can. And what do we have here? Is this actually better? Let me see here. Is this the same size? Slightly smaller. I think I'm going to use it just because it looks cool. But it's probably going to be less good. Don't you think? I think it's probably going to be less good. Okay, so we just unequipped the Golden Company Spear. And let me actually just take a quick look at this. Because, let's see here. 47 piercing, 176 length. And what does the Iceni one have? Because this is a golden one. Yeah. The piercing damage of the Golden Company one is much higher. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, never mind. I actually misread that. Okay, never mind. Okay, so it's basically almost exactly the same. So that's quite funny. That is quite funny, because that means that technically you'd be able to use pretty much anything you want in regards to spears, because those are two of the best ones that I've seen so far. They seem really good. Anyway, now what we're going to do, I'm not sure if we have the opportunity to persuade them while we are still in a siege. I might not be able to, but let's see if we can. Hello there. Yes. I have an offer for you. Join us and be set free. I'm happy with my current liege. Oh, okay. Are you? Are you serious? Huh. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Okay, what about the other? What about the other guy? Maybe we'll be able to do something with him. No. Oh, is he not the leader? I thought he was the leader of his clan. Or is he... Wait a minute. Is he the leader of the actual... Ah, never mind. He's the leader of the literal... the literal faction itself. My bad. I did not realize that at the time. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, that is probably not going to be that helpful then. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be executing this guy. You know, that's what I'd probably do if relation shall we say, relation penalties made sense in this game, because they don't necessarily tend to do that, unfortunately. Generally, if you execute someone, I feel like what should happen is their enemies, the person that you executed, you know, their enemies should be happy with you. In other words, they should be gaining relation with you. And the people that are close to them and the people that are friends with them, their relation should go down. But that's obviously not the way it works, unfortunately. The way it works is when you execute someone, everyone hates you, which doesn't really make any sense in my opinion. But yeah, we're going to be letting both of those guys go then, I guess. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, otherwise, apart from that, obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my dragon out here, because we are obviously going to be getting some wonderful, nice little respite for him. You know, he needs it. He needs it. And there's a King's Destrier. Oh, very nice. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so yeah, we are just going to continue the siege. Hopefully we're going to be able to restore ourselves. I did level up twice, which is really nice. And we now have 250 in charm skill. I would love to be able to get another point in social if I can. Unfortunately, it's going to take me some time to get that. Double the relation gain for helping lords in battle, and +1 companion limit might be useful. Probably not, but might be. And we're going to be increasing our focus points in two-hand a little bit more. As you can see, our combat skills are actually doing extremely well, surprisingly enough. And we'll put another point into engineering as well, even though I am personally not a big fan of being the engineer and the scout. Alright, so for some reason, Mr. Locke decides that he wants to make peace with Tyrosh. And he says, we have too many enemies. Yeah, that's actually not the case, Mr. Locke. This is a bit strange because obviously, here's the thing. In some mods, I'm not sure whether this happens in native as well. It might. It's been a while since I played. So now, here's the thing. When you eliminate a faction, they all split into their respective clans, and so it then makes it so that your faction is at war against multiple different clans, and they are all considered their own faction. You see what I mean? So in the AI's mind, which is what Locke is, of course, he is thinking to himself, oh no, we have now become at war with 5, 6, 7 different factions. We are at war with too many people, and we need to make peace. And the only people that we can make peace with are Tyrosh, because they're the only ones that have a formal faction. So this is the issue, right? This is the issue, because I can't make peace with any of these other guys because they are not actually real. Their factions are not actually real. So because they're all clans. They're all clans. They don't have a formal faction or anything like that. So this is the big issue, you see. That is the big problem with the AI at the moment. I'm not sure whether, as I say, I don't know whether that happens in native or whether that's a mod thing or whatever, because I think that generally a couple of mods have made that jump to making it a lot easier for you to eliminate certain reasons why factions are really hard to destroy entirely or eliminate entirely, and that was the solution in terms of, you know, making them into you know, their own clans and stuff like that. And I feel like that is actually a really good way to do it, but it obviously creates problems when it comes to our AI friends, because they are consistently now thinking to themselves that we're at war against so many people when we're in fact not. So yeah, there is that sort of disadvantage as a result of it. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to try to sneak in, or I'm going to try. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Yeah. A little bit worried actually about this shield now that I look at it, because while it is relatively small, I think maybe it's a bit too small. Don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll try our best, and we'll see what happens with it. The only thing I can really rely on at the moment is Woon, but unfortunately he's not at the front here, so we are going to end up losing quite a few people in the process, I think. Maybe. Let's get some one-handed skill, shall we? It's probably going to be best to use one-handed in this situation anyway, because this is very close quarters. Probably not going to be able to use the two-handed that much at all. And if I can get to 225, I'll be pretty happy. I'm not even entirely sure what we get at 225, but hopefully it's going to be something nice. Okay, come on, guys. Come on now. Come on. Let's push forward, shall we? Let's push forward. We need to make things happen. We need to make something happen. There we go. There we go. This is what we like to see. Oh yes. Okay. Are we through? Yes, we are through. And we are now being absolutely murdered, because of course we are. Let's just run. I have good enough athletics that I should be able to make it over here. Yes, I am. Okay, fantastic. Ah, yes, now I'm going to be shot by those archers, but I'm going to try to hopefully use these guys as a shield. Yeah, unfortunate for me, isn't it? Yeah, bit of an issue here. Yeah. That guy had my number. That guy had my number like no one's business. Oh well, never mind. We are going to be absolutely fine here because these guys are literally just militia. So technically we're going to be okay, but it's very, very unfortunate that we had such a large amount of damage taken while we were in the bottleneck. I was trying super, super hard to breach the enemy defenses, and that was the main reason. That was the main reason why we took so much damage there. Oh well, never mind. I mean, I guess I should not have tried so hard, I guess, and I should have just let my forces do their thing, and you know, because I mean, you can see exactly what happened. My guys literally just got in there. You know, as soon as my guys got in there, it was just basically game over for them, and we would have also been by their side. You know, if we had just relaxed a little bit, then everything would have been fine. But you know me, sometimes I get a little bit impatient with our forces. Sometimes they don't do what I want them to do when we want them to do it, and as a result, that's what happens. Yeah. Anyway, we'll take all the prisoners because we are, of course, going to go into the tavern, and we're going to sell those wonderful, wonderful fellows. We'll take all the loot, and we'll show some mercy here. Let's go and ransom these things. There we go. All right. So yes, loads and loads of them. There we go. 7,000. Another 4. Skill points and roguery. Not a terribly big fan of 4 skill points, but you know, it's okay. And of course we are going to be giving this to someone, probably the Mer vassal, right? Probably the Mer vassal. Just going to literally take away all of this stuff, and we're just going to let them choose what they want to construct when they get ownership over it, and I'm just going to make it so that their loyalty goes up a little bit in the meantime. And hopefully that's going to be relatively good. Now, what I would like to do is actually head on over to Valentine territory and try to recruit a couple more noble units, because that's technically a pretty likely possibility for us. We're going to give this guy the ownership over the town. I'm a little bit worried about doing that, to be honest, because I have no idea about this guy whatsoever. I have no idea whether he's going to be any good or anything like that. And I know Locke, for a fact, is looking real nice. As you can see, look at his prosperity with all of these, but that's exactly my point. I think in general we should always try to bring up the lowest rank of who we have, you know, as in our weaker vassals should get preferential treatment when it comes to who gets the fief, because then we can bring everyone up in an even fashion rather than just making one person extremely strong. And in this case, Locke is obviously extremely powerful right now, so we don't really need to worry about him too much. And look at what is going on here. What is going on with this castle here? I assume this just got taken sometime soon before the war declaration came in or whatever. And yeah, you can see here that these guys literally have basically nothing in the garrison. It's actually kind of crazy. We are going to continue obviously leveling some people up, continue recruiting, converting, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I do need to go. Oh yeah, Alnor is actually being besieged right now. Well, that's not particularly nice. Hopefully Locke will go over there and actually do something, or someone will go over there and do something. I don't know who, but it would be nice if they would, because otherwise I'm going to have to do everything, and I would prefer if I didn't have to. And yeah, we are literally just going to go straight on in. That's it. I'm just going to go straight on in. Massive blitz attack here. I'm not going to be going for any kind of, you know, special destroying of the walls or anything like that, because there is no point. There's no point in me doing that, because if I did go and destroy the walls right now, you know what I'd get? I would literally get nothing. It would just spend a bunch of time for no reason. Did I literally... Okay, I thought I got myself stuck for a second. That would have been very uncomfortable. Let's just say that. Okay, come on now. Let me get up here. Okay, let me get up here. Nope. Okay, apparently people are just standing on the ladder, not doing anything, which is very unhelpful. Okay, here we go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get by here, and... okay, never mind. I was actually going to say, I'm going to jump off the battlements, because it seemed like that was my only course of action there for a second. Oh, that is so funny. That was just beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. You know what I was actually hoping that would happen there? I was hoping that they would just run down, because obviously they don't really want to be distracted from the front lines, but that's exactly what happened. And, well, now look at them. Now look at what's happened. They lost. They literally lost. So, yeah. Obviously, the distraction basically did nothing at all, but I thought that was so funny. Me literally coming up here being like, oh, yes, I hope that no one's going to be up here, and I hope that I'll be able to maybe, you know, utilize the extra space that we got. But, yeah, no. 88 renown for us right there. 73 influence. Not bad at all. We do get a decent amount of prisoners, but I'm not sure what we should take. Probably these guys, right? Yeah, they level up very, very nicely. Unfortunately, look at my prisoners, though. Yeah, we'll swap out those guys. I don't really need... Yeah, this is a bit problematic, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I don't really need that many more range troops. I have loads and loads of range troops, so I'm not in terrible need for them. Oh, very nice shoulders. Yes, give me more golden shoulders. Much better ones as well. Very, very nice. Okay, that will definitely help me from dying. Not. That's great, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, anyway, we'll just see if we can do a little bit of managing here, and then we'll move on straight away, and we'll go to the next castle. And I'm just going to get rid of all that. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to get rid of all this, to be honest. All I really need to do is, I think... no, their food situation is going extremely, extremely nicely, actually. So we don't need to do any of this, to be honest. I think I'll probably just get another... fairgrounds or something like that. I have no idea. I'm just building something random at this point, because their loyalty is actually doing extremely nicely, so it's not something that we personally need to really concern ourselves with. Anyway, I am... oh, there's actually something over here. I should probably go over there, shouldn't I? Yes, I should probably go over there. You know, I really want to recruit some more noble units, because I really kind of badly need to get some more people in my army, because we are losing them, you know, over time. That is inevitable in this case. But, yeah, I'm not sure if I have the ability to do that right now. Okay, so this guy needs it, this guy needs it. Okay, so I'm going to give this fellow right here, because he needs it as well. I should have given it to myself, actually. Yes, I should have given it to myself, and then I should have gifted the other guy. I should have gifted the guy that it went to, because the gifting, well, shall we say the act of gifting actually gets you more relation than if you were to just award it to them. And let's see if we can... Yes, oh, this is absolutely perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Wonderful, wonderful scenario for us to be in. We can immediately auto-resolve against these guys and immediately just go, yeah, we're just going to let everyone go. Just going to let everyone go, because what we're going to be doing in the future... Oh, Hello. Okay, I was going to say, what we're going to be doing in the future is going to be taking them prisoner once again. We're going to be fighting them all the time because, you know, they have quite a few fiefs remaining. So, of course, it's going to be the case that we're going to be encountering them quite often. So, yeah, that's hopefully going to happen. Okay, the question is, do we want to take any of these? I guess we will. Should I take all of them? No, you know what? I'm not going to take all of them. I'm not going to sacrifice my my principles. Yeah, shall we say? Do I have principles? No, not really. But, you know, I'm just saying, let's just be a little bit more choosy, shall we? Let's just be a little bit choosy about what we're going to take here. I'm basically just going to take these. And then we could potentially take some more Corsairs as well, as they are really good, in my opinion. I actually really like them. Generally, I think, funnily enough, I think if I was... I'm not sure if this is like a hot take or something, but generally for me, if I was starting the series again, I'd probably start with Tyrosh, to be honest. I feel like they have some very unrealized potential. I feel like their potential is extremely, extremely high, just purely because they have these crazy cool, heavy infantry, thrown weapon specialists, and I feel like they are going to be exceptionally powerful if you have a large number of them. Oh, what's going on here? Whoa, this is a crazy screen. What's this? To the one who watches the tides of war, the sea stirs. From Dragonstone sails a fleet bearing the crowned stag of fury. Stannis Baratheon, true-born brother of the late king, has taken to the waves. Ships in the hundreds, oars in the thousands. They say he brings a red priestess and a cause lit by fire. The Blackwater is quiet, for now. But whispers in the Street of Sisters speak of barrels rolling through the tunnels beneath the city, alchemists hard at work. Some say wildfire, most say death. You have 7 days before storm and flame make their claim upon King's Landing. The game quickens. Choose your place. A whisper passed beneath the walls. And there we go. Yeah, so this is obviously telling us about King's Landing potentially changing hands here, which is going to be very interesting, actually. That's extremely, extremely intriguing, because I've never seen this event before, so this must be like a new thing, because funnily enough, I did play Realm of Thrones earlier in the year, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I think I played it in January or something like that, if I recall right. But yeah, that is actually kind of insane that I didn't see this event. It must have been implemented after the fact, but very, very cool. I love that. Anything like that is extremely, extremely fun. And yeah, wow, I'm actually very, very interested to see what's going to happen. I'm going to assume that Dragonstone's probably going to take control of it. Yep, there we go. Here it is. Stannis Baratheon assaults King's Landing and is bombarded with wildfire that destroyed nearly his entire fleet. Oh, okay, no. Despite the casualties, Stannis presses on and assaults the walls. Alright, so yeah, he is indeed assaulting the walls. And is he going to be successful? King's Landing has been besieged. Yeah, as I said, maybe he will be successful, maybe he won't be. It just very much depends on how large his fleet actually is. I'm going to assume it's actually going to be extremely, extremely large. Possibly. I don't know. Okay, yeah, so we are obviously going to go to these noble villages. I'll recruit these wonderful fellows here, and obviously we're going to be getting a bunch of level ups in the meantime. I'm probably going to be getting rid of the pirates and the various other units that are kind of associated with that troop upgrade line, because if I run out of space for nobles, I'd much prefer to have the nobles than the pirates themselves, because you can see here, look at this, we're getting mostly tier 4s that we can recruit from this, straight up. And indeed, Stannis has been defeated. He nearly achieved victory when Tywin and the Tyrell army arrive and force a reluctant retreat. Most of Stannis' bannermen either die or are forced to switch allegiances. Stannis is forced back to Dragonstone to contemplate his next move. And there you have it. All right. Wow. Okay. I actually thought he would handle that. I really thought he would handle that, but yeah, apparently not. Anyway, we do have a wonderful situation on our hands here. I'm not sure if it's I wouldn't call it super amazing or super good or anything like that, but it is pretty nice. They don't have anyone that can actually do much against us at this point. Basically, they have militia, and their militia is only 95 strong, so it should be extremely simple for us to capture this castle. And this is obviously the entire reason why we're even going in here. I have 135 infantry, and the reason why I have so many is because of, well, the recruits that we just got from the rescued prisoners, and of course my regular recruits that I've just gotten from the various noble villages that I went to, because I had to, you know, I had to get some more. So this is going to be very interesting, because I'm almost 100% certain, yeah, we're not going to be able to go up this way. We might have a problem going up both. No, we're going to be absolutely fine. As you can see right here, we can literally just stand here and our forces will murder. I couldn't even, you know, if I wanted to, I couldn't even get up there in time. I think it's just, you know, it's just way too simple. Way too simple. But we do get, look at that, 32 renown for that. 32 renown for such a easy victory. It's kind of surprising. And because we have so many troops now, my prisoner size has increased, which now means that I will be able to run around with a bunch of Tyroshi quartermasters and various other people. I'm not going to be taking any of these others. But yeah, the rest of these are obviously going to be joining us at some point. At least I hope so. You know, I actually would like to make peace. And the funny thing is, Locke is pushing for that, by the way. He really badly wants to make peace with Tyrosh, and I obviously want to as well, to a certain degree, because I'd like to try to convert as many of these prisoners that I have in my party at the moment as much as I possibly can, because it is necessary, or at least it will be necessary sometime soon. But the sheer annoyance that I have at the fact that we just need to eliminate Tyrosh first. I wish he would understand that, you know? I really wish he would understand that, because if we did eliminate them, if we could eliminate them before that happens, we are going to have such an amazing time. It's going to be so much better for us across the board. We're going to have so much more prosperity, so much more control over the region, so much more trade happening, and tariffs, rents, so on and so forth. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so much better. So unfortunately, he doesn't see the greater vision, because of course he doesn't. You know, he just sees that we have too many enemies, because obviously, you know, as I said to you before, the AI is a bit weird when it comes to that. And we can use some really good damage here, actually, on horseback, funnily enough. Oh, this is fun. I forget how fun it is to actually fight on horseback. Yeah. I mean, it's actually funny as well, because the only reason why I'm actually even doing anything good here is because I'm using Blackfire. Blackfire, I think, is just a perfect length for this kind of gameplay. You can do it really nice and easily here. And obviously I am getting shot in the face, which is not exactly nice of them, but, you know, it happens. And my archers are, of course, going to do a fantastic job. Are you actually firing? They are actually firing. Unfortunately, they are, well, the enemy has insane amounts of defense. This is exactly what I was talking about. You see these guys? They literally have all shields. Massive shields. And maybe not in size, but they're very good at defense. And this is fundamentally, well, basically making it extremely difficult for our forces to do any damage. And the funny thing is, if we were facing Tyroshi, actually not Tyroshi, if we were facing Lyseni right now, we would be in a really bad situation. Because, I actually, scratch that. Yeah, scratch that. If we were facing Lyseni right now, we would have an absolutely amazing time, because they have no shields. That's the funny thing. You know, if you think about it, Lysenian forces, right, they would basically be dead immediately up against archers like this. Whereas what we're currently facing is huge numbers of, as I said to you before, Tyroshi Corsairs. They are extremely good at what they do. It's actually quite funny That's why I said, yeah, I'd probably start with Tyrosh or something like that. You know, I mean, if any of you, hey, you know what? If you know, let me know. If you know any really, really heavy infantry in Realm of Thrones, and you know which faction has the best heavy infantry, let me know, because I would be very interested to find out. Because at the moment, Tyrosh looks to be very, very strong, just purely because they do have that possibility for ranged hybrid damage. So they've got ranged thrown weapons, obviously, and they also have melee, and they also have shields. So it's fundamentally very, very strong from a defensive standpoint, and I personally really like that. Pretty significant amount, because that means that any cavalry that tries to attack them, they're going to just murder them with thrown weapons, as we know. You know, we've seen that in the Berserker series. If you have seen the Berserker series, then props to you. But that's where we basically created our very own troop tree, and these guys were incredible because we based them upon our very own character, basically, where we were using two-handeds and using thrown weapons and things like that. And all I would do is just literally have these guys stand in a wonderful formation, throwing their thrown weapons, and they would absolutely destroy the first couple of waves of enemies, and then we would just move on from there and just completely decimate the rest. And it would be extremely, extremely fun. So that's kind of the whole point, you know, basically being so defensive that it's just incredible. Okay, so the question is... Yeah, okay, we're going to let her go once again. This guy obviously is on our side, so that's obviously great. Ah, yeah, so Artisan of War. Okay, this is actually really, really nice. A lot of really, really good troops here. So, Artisan of War, should probably take the Elite Crossbowman. That's it? That's all I can take? Yeah, I can't really... You know what? I'm going to get rid of some people, okay? We're going to get rid of some people in a minute. Because I'd like to maybe take some more of these guys. I mean, look, here's the thing. These Reavers, right? They are not that good. So, I think we're going to have to get rid of the Ravagers and so on and so forth. And do we have any others that we can potentially take? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, so we're then going to take some of these. And the Mirish Cavalry, of course. And there we have it. Okay, that's probably going to be all that we'll take. And then we'll take some of the Corsairs and so on and so forth. And that looks to be good with the Quartermasters. There we go. All right, that's fine. Is absolutely 100% fine here. I don't want to slow myself down too much, even though I am already doing that, to be honest. The amount of prisoners we have is slowing us down quite a great deal, which is exactly also the reason why I really, really desperately want to make peace with Tyrosh. But I only want to do that once we have captured every single thing. Unfortunately, there are 2 more castles remaining. I'm not sure if I'm even going to have the opportunity to do that, because I am losing money, as you can see. I am losing money every single day, and I don't have that much left. So it might make sense for me to stop by at Tyrosh itself or something like that. Or maybe Myr. Myr is actually quite close by, so why don't we go over there? Who do we want to give this to? We want to give this to this guy? He already owns Tyrosh, so I don't really want to give him that. Let's give it to this guy, I guess. Not a terribly big fan of giving it to him, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's probably going to be good enough for us. And yeah, let's go over to Myr and then we'll sell. Hopefully there's going to be a good amount of cash there. I have no idea if Locke has been taking care of it, but I'm going to assume he has. Alright, so 45,000, and there's actually a brown horse chariot here. I literally could ride a chariot if we want to, which is actually kind of hilarious. Huh. That is actually kind of appealing, to be honest. That is actually kind of appealing. Okay, well, I'm not going to be doing that. Am I? Am I actually going to be doing that? No, probably not. Okay, so let's just sell a bunch of stuff. as we have the opportunity to do so. There you go, look at that, and immediately 42,000. 42,000, boom, right towards us. Let's buy some fish and meat and stuff like that, even though I am going to kind of not do very well for them in regards to food supplies. I mean, I have 33 days worth of food, and I do have to do a couple of extra sieges, so I'm not a terribly big fan of leaving myself with very little, but I'm sure the town will do okay. You know, we got so many loyalty bonuses that it should be absolutely fine, right? Yeah, hopefully. 235 defenders in the Tree of Crowns. I am probably going to be moving on from there. Oh, let's have a look. I have 250 in scouting. It's been a while since I've actually leveled up scouting, so let's take a look here. 20% wounded troop recovery speed while in an army, and 10% damage by your troops while defending at your siege camp. Okay. The other one is 5% damage by your troops when they are sent as attackers, and 10% damage by your troops when they're sent to sally out. Yeah, we're going to be taking Vanguard. That is, in my opinion, much better. And then Deadly Purpose, 5% damage increase with one-handed weapons, and 5 hit points. Well, it's, of course, Unwavering Defense. Unwavering Defense is 100% the play here. We want plus 10 hit points to our infantry every single day of the week. How can we say no? Alright, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to speak to Yamina right now, most likely because I've actually increased our relation with her a little bit more. As you can see, look at what she just said. My friend, it's very good to see you. And so I'm going to say, I have an offer for you. Join us and be set free. Yes, here we go, here we go. Look, she might actually join us. This would be insane if she actually ends up doing it. Okay, here we go. Critical success, obviously. You are my friend, but even so. Okay, yeah, so we are obviously going to be extremely, extremely pleased that she will be joining us. There we are. This is a dangerous step. Okay, how much do you want? I don't have enough. Are you joking? Are you serious right now that I do not have enough? Okay, I am actually really, really annoyed now. Yes. I'm gonna have to do it at another time. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do it another time. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do it, but I guess we'll. Yeah, I have to go to a town and get some more cash. Yes, I thought maybe 60,000 would be enough, but apparently it is not. And they want to make peace with Tyros once again, as you can see right here, which is extremely. Yes, extremely unenjoyable, shall we say that. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what I can even do about that. I guess I will literally just decline 220 influence. And the funny thing is, as far as I'm aware, she cannot escape unless we let her escape. Because we have minus 50%, minus 50%. Hopefully that is how it works, because sometimes the calculations are not exactly, you know, working that way, so hopefully it is working that way in this case. But yeah, there are many times in the past where those kinds of things have just been minus 50% of a certain value and then minus 50% of the new value, if you understand what I mean. So in other words, if we have 100 and it's minus 50%, then we'd have 50, and then the calculation would then do minus 50% again, which would then be minus 50% from 50. So that would be 25. So technically the, you know, the ending result would still be that it would be, you know, 25. So there would still be a 25% chance for that to happen. Technically, if you are, you know, following my example here. Anyway, what we're going to do is garrison is about to be done. It's about to be starved out completely. And then we're basically, I think we're probably just going to be going for an auto-resolve here, because I'd like to capture this town as soon as possible, well, this castle as soon as possible, and then move on to Tyrosh, because we are really, really close by to that. And then we are literally just going to go and try to get Yamina to join us. That is literally the entire point here. So we're just going to be taking a couple of prisoners in the meantime as well, because we're obviously trying to convert as many of those really, really high-tier people as possible. And there we have it. We have immediately taken this. No problem whatsoever. Let's put these, let's put a little bit of cash in there. And I'm just going to let the, I'm just going to let the people decide on what they want to do here with this. I'm hopeful that the loyalty situation will rectify itself in due time. And, oh, they actually managed to take this back. Oh, that's sad. Oh, okay. I'm actually quite surprised. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.